All right, guys, welcome back to Crunch Time, the show where you get the best NBA DFS picks each and every day. Today we have a nice 6-game slate here, joined as always with Chris. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm excited for the slate here. Yeah, today I kind of want to. If we get news, I want to place some bets on it right away. Let's try to do that if we can remember.
What's going
'Cause
on? Is there maybe some big news today?
no, I mean just whenever we get it, we never really do that. And I mean, when I'm off the show, I usually do that. I did it earlier today. It always works out. So let's try to do that today if we can remember.
Do you have it open? Are you doing it on your phone or the website?
I mean, you could do it on whatever site you bet on. I do it on both. We just have to we have to catch the news right away. That's the only thing.
I can do that. I'll bring it up right away whenever I see anything. I'll cut you off. Sometimes I don't cut you off when I see it, but I do always see it actually, so I'll cut you off next time.
Yeah, I set up desktop notifications as well for news. So hopefully I'll remember as well.
Nice. I don't have your contest links though.
Yeah, I'll send that.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I think we're getting some Lakers news. Did you see that?
No. Oh yeah.
So we got Markieff questionable. I mean, like small stuff like this doesn't really matter, but if we get Drummond out, then we can try to do something with that.
Yeah, Drummond's a big piece for sure, Chris. He's good. He's like a 40 burger. Where
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but maybe.
where are these links coming? Where are they?
I'll send them to you. Or let's go over the successes we normally do.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna give them to me. Yeah, let's go over that. So let's open up the Discord. First up, Nick over here. NBA DK main slate 50 to 100. Got Alex here, 16 to 120. That's pretty good. In the after hours one, solid stuff there. Single game slate here, $3 to 30. That's awesome. Yeah, Jamal Murray. I feel really bad for him. It kind of sucks. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. Did you see the picture I sent you? Like, I think Kevon Looney, he like hit that same knee before and he was like grabbing it.
No, I didn't see that, but yeah, I don't know if those are related.
It's got to be. You go look at it. Like I also sent the video. Like, it was the same knee. It's not the one. I think the one he was resting is like a different knee, but then that one he got hit earlier in the game, and then he did go down. It did look like an awkward hit as well, and then he was grabbing it. So maybe it's related. I don't know if it's like a little loose. You keep playing on it. I don't know. Something's not right. But yeah, it's super unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets back soon. Nick here again, $20 to 50 NHL main slate, baseball main slate 50 120. Awesome stuff. This one over here, Chris Dakota. He's been killing it lately, hasn't he? He's been on fire.
Yeah, I think he almost shipped it. So that was really close. He was pretty close to winning it all. I'm not sure where he finished, but he was up there. He just needed like a home run from second baseman here.
What first place is in that contest?
He said 100K, but yeah, I think he needed a few more points, like 20 or something. So he needed home runs out of his guys, but he didn't get those.
Man, that would have been nice. Keep at it though. We'll get it. We'll get one. We need a 100K crunch shipment. Do you think we'll get one soon, Chris?
Hopefully.
Yeah. MLB over here, another one from him. Well, actually, I didn't say it. This one, 350, 1200. That's crazy. Almost 100K, like you said. But, I mean, as is,
Yeah.
super solid.
56th place, and then the other one is what, 13th place, 5K to first. So he was pretty close.
Yeah. I'm just going to open up your contest quickly, and then we'll go back to what we were doing. There you go. Yeah, you said it here, 56th and 13th. So, we could see here, this one, 13th, 5K to first, and then this one here, 100K to first. So, that's awesome. On Awesome stuff. Love to see that. I got Aiden here. Same old for him. Every slate, every sport, every site, every day. No rest for him. I mean, that's everything. What does he have? Baseball, NBA, baseball, different slates, DK, baseball, NHL. Just busy with the crunching. Good stuff out of him. Dakota here. Again, 80, 160. This is NHL action on DK, first place here. I think, is this the one that Aiden said he should put in a tournament entry or two?
I don't remember. I remember seeing that, though. I don't remember.
Yeah. So we got that out of the way. Let's go over FanDuel first. We always go over FanDuel first. So, where is your post, Chris?
I didn't post one yesterday.
Is it parking change again?
Yeah, it was parking change again. Yeah, I won here on FanDuel, a few $100, but yeah, I didn't post it.
Where do you pay for parking? $100. You should post it.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't look that good if it's like whatever I played plus a few hundred. But I mean, anyways, the thing here was we had another injury. James Johnson, 64% here. Only played the first half, I think. So he only got 3.2. If you look at the teams above, I bet you they didn't have James Johnson. So let's just do that real quickly. So we were 6th place here. 5th place, let's see, 309.6. This one this one was 1.6 ahead. No James Johnson, so this one would have been behind us. This one as well, 8 points ahead. Most likely would have been behind us. I mean, we projected James Johnson for like 25, 26, 27 yesterday, so most likely would have passed this team as well. Third place was 2 guys. Yeah, it looks like this second place team had him, so this one would have been ahead, and then this one was obviously way too far away, and this one had James Johnson, so this was a pretty nice team, I guess. But yeah, it went pretty well. I think I won all my cash games, just didn't win tournaments because of James Johnson here. So that's why I only won a few $100, but I liked Fox a lot. I think we were talking about this team on the show, actually. It was just Ja versus Ben Simmons. So I think Ben Simmons actually beat Ja here. I think Simmons went for 27.7. So he got 1.1 more. No one had Simmons. Everyone went Ja. Just because, I mean, I don't think anyone likes playing Ben Simmons. But, I mean, Ja Morant's kind of the same sort of thing. He's pretty much the same, like just as inconsistent. But we had Fox. No Buddy Hield. He got ruled out later, so that obviously helped him. He had a monster game here, went for 60 almost at 44%. So that was the kind of the big thing that propelled this lineup into the right side of the winning line. So Fox was big there, and then Ingram as well. He was pretty low owned, 55%, went for 55. Bogdanovich, 55% as well, went for 38. So yeah, these like lower owned guys did pretty well. But the James Johnson injury kind of limited tournament wins.
What was his injury? Was it bad?
Well, I don't know. I was with you, but I think it was a wrist.
Oh, okay. Yeah, injuries suck. That's for sure. Before we do DK, do you want to go over any ones below you or small contests here? Not really.
Well, I mean, let's see who landed on this same team quickly. Let's go to the first page. Yeah, so we had, is this the same team? McLovin, 308? Yeah, probably was. Let's see. Yeah, so same team here. Now we can go to the next page. Yeah, let's see this team, 18th place. This one had, let's see. So this one, I think this was probably a swap with the Buddy Hield news, just because it went to DeLon Wright and Harrison Barnes, who obviously get bumps with Buddy out. So that's probably why they made this swap, but obviously it didn't perform as well. Swapped off of Bogey, which I didn't love, so I didn't want to do that just because he was in such a good spot. Obviously, he went for 33 real-life points, so that's not, like, he's not going to go for that most times. But still, I like the Fox side more.
Yep. DK or third page?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Let's see the chat here before we do this. Got Brent here, says, let's get those giblets tonight, fellas. You like the giblets, Chris. VN Jones, my all narrative starting 5 tonight. Bembry, PG-13, Crowder, Cantor, and Tony Bradley.
I like the Paul George one a lot today.
Yeah. Let's see. Rondo here, LFG. Opto been cashing for all sports and sites lately. Bicep emoji. Brent here. Opto is the truth. That's a good one. Royal King, what's up? Rondo says, am I the only one who saw Curry not care for Murray's injury, but instead celebrate? Maybe I saw wrong. Maybe Curry didn't see or no, I don't know.
I didn't see it that closely, so I don't know.
I mean, I saw it in the clip, but it was like only one angle. I don't know. But yeah, Royal King, sup, boys. Rondo, yeah, he said that. Let's see. Royal King actually also thinks that about the Curry thing. VN Jones says Curry was in a zone, didn't notice anything but the basket and the fact that Campazzo couldn't guard him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Rondo says, I swear McLovin is a DFS Crunch member now, Chris.
No, I mean, yeah, so this was actually optimal one here, this train at 5th place. But I didn't play it. I didn't really want to play Kleba. I wanted Jokic. I didn't actually play Jokic. I swapped off because I was behind with the Bomba injury, so we can get into that one. But this was the first optimal team here, 281.75. You have some pretty sharp players on this team. McLovin, I like Crafty Lefty as well. But yeah, Joval once again went for 53. Kleba didn't do anything, went for 8. But it didn't hurt too much for this team. Ended up cashing. And then my team here, so I swapped off. I had the early injury with Bomba, so I was pretty dead here. He was. Could we just see the full lineup just so I can see the percentage?
Oh, you can't see it here? Wow. My bad.
Yeah, so I mean, I had Bomba. He was only 35% owned. He was my low-owned guy. He played 2 minutes, didn't come back into the game. So I thought I was dead. So I made a swap. Originally, I had Jokic and I don't remember right now, but I swapped to Fox and Gobert here from Jokic and someone. I don't remember who. But yeah, I just wanted the lower owned swap, so I wanted to get Fox here on DK just because I had Bomba who was out. I was pretty much dead anyways. So I made the swap. It ended up working just because Fox went crazy. But yeah, if Bomba didn't get hurt, I obviously would have won a lot here. But injuries happened on both sides yesterday, unfortunately. But that's how it goes sometimes. So yeah, pretty much that was like the main decision for me on DK. I wanted to get Jokic just because I thought Murray would be out of that game. He ended up being in, but I mean, anyways, I swapped off of Jokic because of the Bomba injury.
Yep. Should we open up the head-to-heads or?
Yeah, we can. I mean, my lineup ended up winning here anyways. I think I was last place. So, but yeah, 3v3 here. Brunson was starting for Porzingis, so that's why I wanted to get him. Bomba, 4-3. I thought that was very cheap. We've seen what he's been doing with like 20, 22 minutes. He's been consistently going for 30. So I thought he was too cheap. Fox, like I said, this was a swap, so don't really want to talk about that too much. But then the other side here it had John Morant, who I liked a lot. Kleba, didn't really want to play him. I liked Bomba more for 400 extra dollars. That's why I wanted to get to him. And then Joval, I didn't love him either on a back-to-back. But obviously he went for 53 here, so I guess that's where I went wrong. But yeah, the Bomba injury obviously hurt me here.
Joval, Chris, it's always so obvious. We should have known.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was in the optimal yesterday, so if people played the optimal, they would have had this team with Kleba and Joval. So, I mean, yeah, optimal new.
So you won here, you won there. Where's your success?
I barely won. I had 2 injuries, so I barely won.
Is that a latte?
Injury on... Oh, it's a tea.
Oh, green tea?
No, black.
Sugar?
Sugar.
Milk?
Hell no.
Hell no. Okay. Just wanted to know what you had there. Okay, let's get into the slate, Chris. 6 games here. Oh, nothing got canceled yesterday. No one sat, right?
No, I don't think so.
Nice. Yeah, because I was thinking you were saying that segment we did yesterday was the worst one ever that we've done. I mean, it's good that nothing happened, so everyone played. That's good. So yeah, first up, Atlanta, Toronto over here, Chris. Let's go over that. There's a game that already started today. I didn't know that. Was this the postponed game?
Yeah, it was yesterday's postponed game.
Oh,
They played it. Started at 1.
do I have?
So that's the game that I got some bets in because Cat was ruled out once again. So I placed money on the Brooklyn spread, which was -6. I think they're winning, or they were winning by like 20 at the half. Yeah, they're winning by 21 right now. And then I placed some bets on Bruce Brown as well because, I mean, no Cat, so I thought he would get some more rebounds. I also placed a bet on him getting a double-double. And he's at 9 points, 8 rebounds at the half. So he's definitely on his way to getting a double-double. So
Nice.
that's looking good right now.
Nice. Let's see. Aiden's saying some other stuff here. It says, imagine if the Lakers drafted Fox over Lonzo. It also says a few MLB players decided not to play. Aaron Hicks was very emotional about what happened. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about baseball, but back to basketball, Chris. Hawks, Raptors, Atlanta side. Chris Dunn out. DeAndre Hunter out. Capella out. Tony Snell out. Gallinari doubtful. Trae Young questionable. Did you know Gallinari had that ACL as well? ACL tear?
Long time ago
Yeah.
on the Knicks?
Not sure. Look it up.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he had a ACL tear. That's why he always probably looks kind of strange on the court. Maybe he looked strange before too.
Yeah, I think it was in 2013 on the Nuggets.
Nuggets, yeah. So I guess he used to be more of a like a athletically gifted, as Trigger would say. But yeah, that's the Hawks situation. Trae Young questionable, so that's an interesting one to keep an eye out on with all those guys out. Projected starters: Young if he is in, Bogdanovich, Bogey, Kevin Huerter, Solomon Hill, and Clint Capella. So I think all this Hawks injury news, Trae Young questionable tag is quite interesting today, Chris. Guessing it's a team you have quite a bit of interest in, or no?
So I mean, like Trae Young, he's questionable, right? So we can't really speculate here. If he's out, then we'll have interest. If he's in, I'm probably not going to be too interested just because we have other point guards in really good spots. Malachi Flynn with no Van Vliet, no Lowry. So I love him today. Brad Wanamaker, no Rozier. A bunch of guys missing for the Hornets, so I like him a lot today. So if Trae Young's in, I'm not going to play anyone here, I don't think. Or at least the guards here. I'm not going to play the guards. Not going to play the wings, most likely. But if he's out, then I'll have some interest in guys like Lou Will, Kevin Huerter, Goodwin if he ends up starting. So it really depends on that news. It's the first game of the slate, so we will know in time. But probably if he's out, we can probably take advantage of some bets here. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. And then Clint Capella, he's probably the guy I'm interested in right now. I like him on DK where he's 8.5K. FanDuel he's 9.3, so he's more expensive there. But I like the price tag a lot on DraftKings for 8.5K. Obviously, John Collins is still out, so Clint Capella has put up some monster games with John Collins out. Pretty good matchup here against Toronto. So, yeah, I like Clint Capella on DraftKings in cash games and tournaments as well. I like the upside a lot.
Okay. Let's go over what do we got? We got Chris Chiozza. How do you say his last name on Brooklyn? He's out for the game. Chiozza. Okay, let's go over the Raptors. Over there we have Anunoby back in, Lowry, Van Fleet out, like you said. Jalen Harris out, Paul Watson questionable, so that one is not important. Um, Projected starters: Bembry, Trent Jr., OG, Siakam, and Chris Boucher. Waterboy Chris. Who do you like here on the Raptors?
So I have interest here because Lowry's obviously out. He's resting. This is the front end of a back-to-back. He had the toe injury, so probably want to rest him up a bit. Probably not going to play him in back-to-backs for most of the year, I wouldn't think. But we'll see. Maybe if they start winning, they'll start playing him. But yeah, today he's not playing. So I have interest in some of these guys. Siakam, probably my favorite guy. He gets the biggest bump. He's like the main guy here now with no Van Vliet, no Kyle Lowry. 8.6 on DK, really good price tag there. 8.7 on FanDuel, really good price tag there as well. So he's the first guy for me. I like him a lot. And then at the guard, the guy that directly benefits from Lowry being out is Malachi Flynn. Obviously, we've seen the same situation, I think, 2 games ago when Lowry and Van Vliet were out. Actually, 2 and 3 games ago. So both those guys missed. First game, Flynn played 36 minutes, got 30 fantasy points. Second game, he played 39 minutes, got 44 fantasy points. So he's just way too cheap for me here on both sites, really. He's 5.2 on FanDuel, 5.4 on DraftKings. So that's a really good price tag for him on both sites. Probably you can fit him in a little better on FanDuel just because on DK we have these Hornets guys who are cheaper. I think the Hornets guys are in a little bit of a better spot with the guys that they're missing. But still, Flynn is a really good play on both sides, so I like him a lot. And then, so I think Siakam and Flynn, they're the main guys in cash games. I think these other guys are probably viable in tournaments. Like you're highlighting Boucher, OG. I think those guys are definitely viable in tournaments for me on both sites. They're pretty expensive, but we do know the upside that they can have. They have a lot of steal and block upside as well, so I do like them in tournaments, but if I'm playing cash games, it's probably going to stick to Siakam and Flynn.
Boucher is one of those guys when he's chalky, expected to perform. Chris doesn't step up to the plate, but when the spotlight's not on him, that's when he likes to go off. So if this is one of those nights where there's not too much attention on him, maybe a little bit too high of a price tag, I feel like that's when he'll go for like a 45-50 burger game.
Yeah, what is he on DK? 6.9. I think that's a better price tag.
Yes. Let's see. It's 6.9, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you make of the matchup, though? He's got, it would be who, Clint Capella? Or would he be on someone else? Is he playing more the 4?
Atlanta, haven't we? Yeah, so last game, so both games actually against Atlanta this year, he's gone for 50 off the bench. First game, February 6th against Atlanta, played 32.5 minutes, got 49 fantasy points. Second game, March 11th, he played 30 minutes, got 51 fantasy points. So both his games have been big against the Hawks this year.
Yep. Seems like he's in a good spot. FanDuel, that's an interesting one because you only get one center there. So
and center's pretty ugly on FanDuel today. So maybe you can use some salary there. Like Gobert, he's the guy that's 8K. So he's 200 more than Boucher, but he's in like an 18-point spread. So, yeah. I mean, there's definitely, like, Boucher is definitely viable as a pivot, I think, today on this slate where we don't have like a obvious center. Maybe if Drummond is out, Harrell will be the obvious center, but as of now, we don't really have one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Rondo says we need some core bet picks from Chris.
Well, I mean, I basically bet as if it's DFS, so I'm not going to bet where I can't get an edge, just because, I don't know, I think the lines are too sharp. But when there's an edge, there's like a 1 or 2 minute window that you could take advantage of things. That's where I want to place my bets.
You're like a scalper.
Yeah, sort of.
What would an actual scalper be?
For what, betting?
Yeah, is that even a term used there? Is that what you said, sort of?
I don't know if it's a term there. That's why I said sort of.
Oh yeah, it's probably a different term for it maybe. But anyway, next up, LA Clippers clip show against the Indiana Pacers. Clippers side, Serge Ibaka is out. Kawhi Leonard out. Projected starters, Reginald Jackson, Luke Kennard, Paul George, Marcus Morris and Zubats. No Kawhi here, Chris. Anything we can take advantage of still? It's not the first time.
Yeah, so this is the revenge game for Paul George against Indiana in Indiana. So this is one of my favorite revenge games, even though we've seen it a few times already. I mean, we know that I think they don't like each other at all, both sides. We've seen Paul George, I think, talk bad about the organization there. So, yeah, I really like this spot for Paul George. I love the narrative here. No Kawhi, so this is just a great spot in my opinion. He's my favorite play on the entire slate here on both sites. He's around 9K. Let me see, 8.7 on DraftKings, 9K on FanDuel. So really good price tag, I think, with no Kawhi, and then add on the revenge narrative. He's my favorite play here. So I like using him a lot in both formats. Probably going to lock him in cash games and tournaments. And then other guy that benefits with Kawhi being out is obviously Marcus Morris Sr. We saw last game Kawhi missed that game, right? Last game.
Yeah. I believe it was the
he
last
missed
game.
Yeah, that was last game. Kawhi missed the game. Marcus Morris played 36 minutes, got 45 fantasy points. He scored 33 real life points, so I'm not expecting that, but I mean, he has a lot of upside for his price tag here without Kawhi playing. He's 5K on DraftKings, 5.4 on FanDuel, so I think he's a really good option here. He's probably the only other Clipper that I'm going to play here. Maybe Zoo if you want to play him, maybe Reggie Jackson, but I don't know. For me in cash games, especially, I'm going to stick to George and Morris. In tournaments, you can play Zoo, you can play Reggie. I'm fine with that, I guess. Maybe Kennard, maybe Terrence Mann, but they're not my favorite guys here, especially when we have a lot of value from guys on the Hornets.
I feel like George Paul today, Chris. He's either going to go for like 60, 65, like 50, 55, something really high, or he's going to get like 20.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Last game against Indiana this year, he went for 35. That game blew out. Let's see, last season in Indiana, he went for 63.
That would cut it.
I like that one.
So I think for tournaments, I'm either going to completely fade him or lock him in 100%. Probably lock him in.
You got to lock him in.
I think I'm going to lock him in for tournaments. Just because I feel like, I feel good about the narrative today. I don't know why. Well, no Kawhi here. So when he went for 33 or whatever, Chris, there was Kawhi, right?
Yeah, and that game blew out as well.
Yeah, so definitely better.
I think last year, maybe the game last year, Kawhi was also out. Let me just check real quick if I can.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll go over some chat here. Rajon Rondo, he says, I know this is an NBA stream, but how do you say this? UEFA Champions League finals soon. Let's go. I know Garry loves soccer. I do like watching soccer. I don't know. I don't watch it, though. I only watch like the World Cup. Soccer is definitely a good sport to watch. It's very chill. VN Jones says he loves PG-13 in this game. Lock. King Carter says, which teams have the best value in this slate? He spits out 3 teams. I'm not sure if it's just between those 3 teams or the whole slate. But between the 3 teams, Chris, Toronto, Atlanta, Charlotte, who would you say has the best value there?
Yeah, so those are probably the 3 best teams. I would say Charlotte first by far, and then Toronto, and then Atlanta. And then I got this confirmation. So Kawhi was out last year against Indiana when Paul George went for 63.
Nice.
And then this year, Kawhi was in.
What did was Morris? Yeah, what did Morris get?
Last year, I don't even know if was he on the Clippers last year at that point. Let me see. No, he was on the Knicks still at that point.
Got it. So between those 3 teams, you put Charlotte first, then Toronto, then Atlanta. What if Trae Young is out? Then where would Atlanta fall? 2nd or 3rd?
Still 3rd, I think. Maybe like tied for 2nd, but I still think Charlotte is the best.
Okay. And then this question, guess who this question comes from, Chris? Thoughts on Rajon Rondo on DK?
Probably Rajon Rondo.
No, it comes from King Carter.
I mean, I don't know. They're kind of capping him at like 20 minutes, even with Beverly out. So that I don't love that. They added Yogi Ferrell as well. They got him on a 10-day contract, I think. So I don't love that either. So I don't know. Maybe as a last piece, if you can't find anyone else there for 3.4K, maybe then you could do it. But yeah, I don't love it. You have Wanamaker for 400 more. I would try to get up to him.
Okay. Pacers side, we have just Miles Turner out, so no more Sabonis, Brogdon, questionable out stuff anymore. Projected starters: Brogdon, Sumner, LeVert, Justin Holiday, and Sabonis. Anybody on the Pacers side, Chris, that you like going up against the Clip show tonight?
Not really. This is the highest over/under on the slate, though. So, I mean, maybe like Sabonis. Saw Brogdon and LeVert have really big games yesterday against the Grizzlies. Was that yesterday or 2 days ago?
2 days ago, I believe.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago. So LeVert went for 55, Brogdon went for 59, and Sabonis went for 50. So that's pretty crazy. All three guys got there. But I don't know. I'm not really expecting that. Clippers are pretty tough defensively. I don't love the price tags here for these Pacers guys. If I had to pick one, I would say Sabonis. He's the guy I usually like here. No Miles Turner, so that's a bump for him. He's 9K on FanDuel. DraftKings, he is 8.8K, so Sabonis is the guy for me if I am playing the Pacer. Cash games is the last piece. I don't mind it. Tournaments, I really like it, so he's going to be the guy for me if I am playing a Pacer, which I'm probably not going to.
Okay. Moving on, Lakers against Charlotte. LA side, Dennis Schroeder, probable. Kuzma, probable. Wes Matthews, probable. Then we have Alfonso McKinney, questionable. Marcus Gasol, questionable. Drummond, questionable. And AD still out, but should be back later this month. Projected starters: Dennis Schroeder, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Kyle Kuzma, Markieff Morris, and Andre Drummond. So over here, Chris, you mentioned Drummond earlier for your betting, but DFS-wise, what's the Drummond situation like? How do we approach it today?
Yeah, I mean, if he's out, then we could play Harrell. If he's in, he's a decent play, I think, on both sites. He didn't play great yesterday against the Knicks. I think he got like 3 points, 10 rebounds. So he wasn't too good. Today, I mean, he's in the same spot, I think. 6'7" on DK, I think 6'5" on FanDuel. Let me check. Oh, he's actually 7K now.
Roby playing, Chris, that one, if you care.
Yeah, I don't care about that one. Are they even playing today? Yeah, they are. Yeah, Drummond, 7K on FanDuel. He's fine, I guess, but I don't know. I don't love it. I don't really love the Lakers side here. Maybe if you're playing a lot of Hornets, which you probably will be, and then if you're in a tournament, you want to use someone as a bring back, then you can play Drummond. But I'm more interested in this team if Drummond ends up being ruled out. So then I'll have interest in guys like Harrell. I assume he's going to get a lot of minutes if that happens. So that's the news I'm waiting for currently.
Got it. King Carter says Sabonis. Sorry, DeMontis or Jason, Chris?
Sabonis or Tatum?
Yeah.
Who? That's pretty close. I'll say Sabonis. Is that a tournament or a cash game?
I'm not sure. Maybe just saying both.
Yeah, I guess I'll say Sabonis. Probably in both formats.
Okay. It also says Dennis is the only Laker I would play on this slate.
Yeah, I mean, probably. But yeah, like I said, if Drummond's out, then we could play more Lakers.
Got it. Charlotte side, PJ Washington is out. Terry Rozier, doubtful. Projected starters: Devontae Graham, Cody Martin, Jalen McDaniels, Miles Bridges, and Cody Zeller. So Graham here, Chris, is he expected to get a little bump there? I guess a lot of guys are. Yeah, let's just get into Charlotte here. Who's your favorite value? Well, first of all, why is this the best value on the slate here?
Just because they're missing a lot of guys. It's not a great matchup against the Lakers. They're only implied to score 103, but the price tags are good here. And yeah, they're missing LaMelo, obviously, Hayward, obviously, and then today, Rozier and Washington were marked out. So we get value because of those two guys being out. Monk is out as well, so they're pretty thin. Probably going to run like an 8-man rotation. And then I'll start with Brad Wanamaker, who's probably my favorite point per dollar guy here. He's 4.6 on FanDuel, 3.8 on DraftKings, so that's a really good price tag for him. Expecting him to get the start here today. He's been playing well in the past couple of games, and then add on to that, today we have no Terry Rozier, so a really good spot here for Brad Wanamaker, I think. I think he's going to be one of the most popular players on the slate. And then we have Devontae Graham as well. He gets a bump up with no Terry Rozier. He's 6.6 on FanDuel, 6.3 on DraftKings. So it's a really good price tag for him on both sites. I like him a lot. We have Miles Bridges, no Hayward, no PJ Washington. So Miles Bridges should have a big role here. We saw him play 40 minutes last game, 37 the game before, 40 the game before that. So he's getting a ton of minutes. He's 5'8", I think, on DraftKings and 6'2" on FanDuel. So, I mean, if he's playing 40 minutes in this role that he has now, he's just a great play. So I love using him. We have Jalen McDaniels as well, 4.3 on DraftKings, 6K on FanDuel. So I can't play Jalen McDaniels on FanDuel, but on DraftKings he's probably a lock just because he's way too cheap now for 4.3K. So I like him a lot. We have Caleb Martin, probably both Martin bros. I prefer Caleb. I think he's the better brother. I always kind of get confused, but yeah, I think Caleb is the better brother, so I like Caleb Martin, not Cody Martin here today.
You never know, though. They can always swap the jersey. Cody's Caleb, Caleb's Cody.
Yeah, I mean, same as the Morris bros. They could do that as well.
But they're on the same team.
They're in the same city.
Same city, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, I like Caleb Martin. He's around the minimum on both sites, so I do like him as a last piece. Cody Zeller, same sort of thing as Caleb Martin. Fine with him as a last piece. He's 4.8K on DraftKings. FanDuel 5.8, so that's too expensive on FanDuel, but the DraftKings price tag does stand out.
Got it. Questions for you, Chris? Yeah, the question about Sabonis or Tatum was for Cash from King Carter. But you said Sabonis both formats. Deshaun says Wanamaker or Flynn on FanDuel.
Oh, actually, I'll probably say Tatum for cash games, and then Wanamaker or Flynn on FanDuel. I think you got to play both. I just think they're in too good of spots. If I had to pick one, I would probably say Flynn, just because I think the minutes are a little safer. I like him a little more, but I think you have to play both in cash games.
Okay. I also wanted to ask on Charlotte, if some guy on the Hornets were to have a ceiling game, if they were to score most of the points here, exceed the projections, go beyond them, who do you think is capable of that on the Hornets here?
Probably Devontae Graham, Miles Bridges, probably one of those two guys. They're like probably going to be the high usage guys here today.
What about Cody Zeller? I think we've seen some pretty big games out of him before too. Not in a situation like this, but I think he was on like a pretty good streak at one point, like putting up nearly 40. Was that earlier, around January, February?
Yeah, he's not starting anymore, but like I said, I like him on DraftKings for 4.8K, but the FanDuel price is too expensive.
Got it. King Carter, thoughts on pairing Graham and Bridges on DraftKings?
Graham and Bridges, yeah, I mean, I love it. Graham's a lock for me on DraftKings. Bridges isn't, but I mean, still in a really good spot. If you want to pair them together, I have no problems with that.
Yeah, you probably can't go wrong with too many of the Hornets guys today.
Yeah, you probably need at least 4, especially on DK, where you can kind of fit them in easier.
Yeah. Moving on to the game that you didn't think was a thing today, Chris. Oklahoma City Thunder, Utah Jazz are playing today. You haven't been paying attention to this game. So OKC side, we have Muscala out, Pokuševski out, Gabriel Deck out, Josh Hall. He is in, actually. Isaiah Roby is also in. I think both of those guys, Josh Hall and Roby, were out earlier, but now they're in. SGA is still out for them. I'm not sure if there's an update on his injury, actually. I think he was said to be reevaluated mid-April, so it should be coming up soon. So that's the OKC situation. Projected starters: Theo Maledon, Luans Dort, Kenrich Williams, Darius Baisley, and Moses Brown. So Roby and Hall, Chris back in. Does that really change anything, or is this kind of like a stay away team?
Yeah, this team. So I'm interested in the other side on Utah, just because we don't have many studs to pay up for today. But yeah, this side I have no interest in. They're 16.5 point underdogs here, only implied to score 103. Yeah, I don't really want to play anyone on the Thunder tonight.
Is it time to send the Thunder to the G League?
I mean, they're tanking, I think, so they just want that pick.
Why would anybody in the right mind want to watch a game against the Thunder?
I don't know.
It's
Probably don't.
It's not. It doesn't seem like a good thing for the NBA to have such terrible teams tanking. I don't know.
I mean, there's going to be bad teams. Like, every team can't be good.
But this bad?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, they probably want Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham he played for Oklahoma State, didn't he? So they probably want to get him. Is he from there? I'm not sure, but yeah, they probably want Cade Cunningham.
Could be. So no one on the Thunder for you. Utah over there. Mike Conley probable. Royce O'Neal out. Jingle Joe out. Clarkson doubtful. Projected starters Conley, Mitchell, Boyan Bogdanovic, Gorgas Niang. How do you say his name?
George, I think.
Oh, you just said George?
Yeah.
Okay, George Niang and Rudy Gobert, projected starters over there. Who do you like here on the Jazz, Chris?
Yeah, so I mean, Donovan Mitchell, I think he's probably my favorite guy here. So Conley is back in today, but we have Ingles out, we have Royce O'Neal out, and we have Clarkson doubtful. So Clarkson's likely out again. So Donovan Mitchell is my favorite guy here. I like him a lot on FanDuel, where he's 9.2K. DraftKings, he's 9.4, so it's a little harder to get to him. But I do like him a lot on FanDuel as sort of a last piece spend up, just because we don't have studs today like Giannis, Luka, guys like that. So I like Mitchell for 9.2K on FanDuel. Gobert, 8K on FanDuel. I like that as well. The only problem is like 16.5 spread is pretty scary. So, I mean, I'm not sure how long these guys are going to play. But the positive is that if they do blow them out, it's probably likely going to be because of someone like Mitchell. He's had an insane usage rate over the last 4 games of above 40%. So, yeah, he's shooting 30 plus times per game, which is just insane. And like I said, there's guys missing here once again. So I'm interested in Mitchell here and Gobert as well. It's probably it. Maybe if you want to play the blowout angle, you can play George Niang as a last piece, I guess. He's 3.8 on FanDuel, so I don't hate that price tag, especially with Royce O'Neal out. So you could do that as a last piece, but for me, I'm probably going to stick to Mitchell or Gobert.
Got it. Let's see. King Carter says Baisley is too cheap, Chris.
Yeah, I kind of saw him a little bit, but like at the same time, I don't really want to play Baisley here. What is it, his second game back from the injury? Played 35 minutes last game. He's around 5.5 on both sites. So, I mean, I don't know. You could do it as a last piece. I just think we have better value in this price range from other teams.
Okay. Rondo says he'd like to see Alexei Pokusevsky courtside. Says Suggs over Cade. What do you think of that one?
No, I don't think so.
And then, why do you think he has Suggs over Cade, Chris?
Probably because he watched the Gonzaga game.
Yeah. It says either way, OKC backcourt would be filthy with SGA at the 2.
SGA and who? Suggs or Cade?
I'm not sure.
Any of them? Yeah, probably.
Kid Carter says thoughts on DeAndre Bembry revenge narrative against the Hawks.
DeAndre Bembry revenge narrative. Yeah, I don't mind it. Like, we probably expect him to start here. He's 3.9K, I think, on DK. What is he on FanDuel? 5.3. So don't love it on FanDuel, but I think on DraftKings, he's definitely viable.
Yep. And then Solo says Roby available. Went over that already. Roby and Hall were out earlier, but they are in for the Thunder. But Chris does not like the Thunder at all today. Bad game environment. So, is there anyone in a blowout? Doesn't matter who keep playing. Isn't that most of the team?
Yeah, it's most of the team.
It's just
So
not.
you don't really know who's gonna get all the minutes. Like, I mean, maybe they'll sit Baisley if it blows out. Maybe they'll play him. Just too many unknowns. We have other spots that are more certain, like the Raptors situation, Hornets situation, some Clippers guys. So yeah, I just like targeting those places more. I mean, in tournaments you could definitely take some shots on Thunder guys, but in cash games you can't do it.
Yep. Another question from Deshaun. He says Zubac or Zeller on FanDuel, Chris, as the one center.
Give me Zoo.
Zubac, okay. And then Rondo says, I'll be the best scout in the NBA, and Chris knows it.
I know it. Do I know it?
Would you hire him if you had the capacity to hire him?
Yeah, I would make him a GM.
You'd make him a GM? He would just... His team would be so bad. He would just have, like, Rondo. He'd run him, like... He would just start Rondo playing for, like, 42 minutes a game.
Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, it is. Let's move on, though. Boston, Portland game, Chris. Boston side, we have Fournier is out. His Twitter feed is kind of strange. Like, he always posts... Like, was he always like that on Orlando? It kind of seems like he's, like, joking. Have you seen his Twitter?
No, I've never seen Evan Fournier's Twitter feed.
Like well, first of all, it's like mostly in French. All the replies are in French, so I don't know what's going on most of the time. But like every other day, he's always like go green, and then he posts like the 4-leaf clover. Just like let's go Boston, like so strange.
I mean, maybe he's happy to be in a winning situation.
Maybe. It's kind of weird, though. But I don't know if he's, like, joking or what. It seems odd. I don't know if he did that in Orlando as well. But, yeah, maybe he's just happy to be in a winning situation. Maybe that's it. All right, projected starters, Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Robert Williams. Who do you like here on the Celtics, Chris?
Yeah, so this is, as we always say, one of our favorite matchups against the Blazers. So I do have some interest here. We don't have Kemba out today, so not as much interest as usual. But it's still definitely some interest. So I think Jaylen Brown is probably my favorite Celtic here today. He's 8K on FanDuel, DraftKings 7.8K. He's been playing very well all season long, pretty much, especially in close games. Plays a lot of minutes, shoots the ball a lot, gets stocks. So he's my favorite guy here for his price tag. I like him in both formats, both sites. Not a lock or anything like that, but definitely a really good guy in that 8K price range on both sites. We also have Robert Williams. He's 6K on DK, 6K on FanDuel as well. We haven't seen him have these big games anymore ever since Tristan Thompson has come back. But I definitely don't mind him here in this matchup against Portland. Like I said, it's one of our favorite matchups. He still should see around 26 minutes in this game. He always has upside to go for 5+ stocks. So, I mean, I like Robert Williams, especially on FanDuel for 6K only. Like I said, center is a little thin today, so I do like using him over there. And then Tatum, fine with him as well as the last piece. In tournaments, we saw him go for 50 real-life points 2 games ago, so he has a ton of upside. I like him a lot. Kemba, probably going to stay away from him. Smart, same sort of thing. So if I am playing these guys, probably going to be Brown, Tatum, or Williams. Those are my 3 favorite Celtics here.
Got it. So Rondo the GM, Chris. Austin wants to be the data entry guy. Is that a good front office?
Yeah, I like that front office.
Yeah. Cornelius in here says, sorry I'm late, guys, but is George Niang a lock? Seems like a trap to me.
No, he's definitely not a lock.
Put him on the treadmill. He'll get the same performance for you.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fine player, but he's nowhere near a lock unless they announce that he's starting or something. Then he'll become a better play, but still, I don't think he's a lock.
Yeah. Austin says he's gonna hang out in the voice chat again tonight. Chris, are you gonna hop in there?
I might have to. Yesterday I was eating. I mean, I might have to eat. I haven't eaten all day, so I might have to eat again after the show.
Hop in there. Eat in the voice channel. You'll be on your computer anyway. Trigger says Jay Brown or Jay Tatum.
Brown.
And
Give me
then
Brown.
I'll just show you these Fournier tweets. Like, first up, when he got to the Celtics, Chris, he sent like this one here, which was like, this is a trap, right? He says, if you're not familiar with me, please Google my last name to Celtics fans. So like, I don't know what that one, like what kind of message that sends. And then since then, like you get gems like this, like great win, let's go Celtics. And then
You just click on his name. Let's see his entire thing.
I'll just show you the good ones first. And then he's got like this one, like hell yeah, with the 4-leaf clover. Then he's got like this one. These are all in order, by the way. He says, great team win tonight, bleed green. This one over here, like, I don't know what he's going on about.
He's just happy to be in a winning situation.
I think so. 50-piece incoming. Touching the hair is a foul.
See, look, all the fans love him.
Yeah, he's like a fan favorite. I mean, look at this.
Who's that guy? Is that Espa?
He had one like this with Orlando before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what this is, though. But yeah, he's a funny guy. Anyway, let's see. Number 94 is nice. Trigger likes that one. Rondo says those tweets seem normal, but the first one was weird. I mean, yeah, kind of normal, but yeah, with the first one in mind, like I saw that one, and the others, I'm not sure what the message is there. Kind of strange, but funny. Portland side, Chris, we have Zach Collins out for them, coming back later this month. Projected starters, Dame Dollar, CJ McCollum, Norm Powell, Rocco, and Yusef Nurkic. Anybody on the Blazers squad, Chris?
Not really. Like, the guys we're interested in from the Blazers are usually the guards. We're loaded at the guard position today with Hornets, with Malachi Flynn. So, yeah, not too much interest in the Blazers here. Cantor is playing, Nurkic is playing, so we can't play Cantor. Yeah, it's not a great spot in my opinion in cash games, especially in tournaments. CJ and Dame, they're always viable, but just I don't know who it's going to be. I just think we have better situations elsewhere, so don't love the Blazers tonight.
Got it. Rondo says Celtics have so many retired numbers, soon they'll have to give out triple-digit numbers.
Yeah. What's Fournier, like 94?
Yeah, 94. King Carter says Bembry or Wanamaker on DK.
Bembry or Wanamaker on DK. Wanamaker, 100%.
What about Bembry revenge narrative for tournaments?
Bembry revenge narrative in tournaments? Yeah, I mean, I like Bembry. Like, he's a really good play, but there's no way I'm playing him over Wanamaker today.
Got it. Fred VanVleet, Chris, no timetable for his return. Just an update there. Maybe he'll send out my merch. There's also no timetable on the merch as well. So, yeah, just, oh my god. I hope I get it.
Are they tanking?
Huh?
Are they tanking?
Yeah, for sure.
Who are they going to get? They're probably going to get Suggs.
Yeah, that's nice. Like Raptor, yeah, I'm telling you, this is what they should have done. This is why I think like people were asking if the Fred VanVleet contract was like too much. Before I remember seeing that or hearing that at least, and I always responded with it. I don't think the Raptors are in any position to compete for anything serious right now. So pay the man who got you, helped you get the chip, like make the fans happy. Like they gave away DeMar. Obviously, VanVleet, I think he deserves that money, deserved the money. So don't mind paying VanVleet and then just like tanking a bit. So I think that was a really good play by the Raptors. Class act by the organization for sure. But yeah, next game, Chris, Heat against the Suns. Miami side, KZ, favorite name here. This is Solo's favorite name, I think, KZ Okpala. He is out for Miami. Gabe Vincent probable. Projected starters: Kendrick Nunn, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, Trevor Ariza, and Bam Adebayo. Do you like this game environment, Chris, against Phoenix? Is this going to be a competitive game? You don't like to target Phoenix at all, but it seems like a game that could be quite competitive here.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those games that I'm going to be interested in watching, but not going to be interested in playing, especially on the main slate. Don't love targeting Phoenix, like you said. No one really stands out. They're pretty healthy now, the Miami side, so yeah, nothing here for me. Maybe Butler in tournaments, maybe in cash games as well, just because his price is still similar. But, I mean, probably not. Like I mentioned, we have Jaylen Brown, Miles Bridges, Caleb Martin. Those guys kind of make up this position for me. We also have Marcus Morris on DraftKings at small forward, so yeah, it's a little hard for me to play these guys, but definitely in tournaments, I wouldn't be surprised if someone like Bam or Butler hit their ceiling tonight.
Yeah. So DS says Jay Crowder revenge game, Chris. So let's do that one here. Phoenix side, Nader questionable. Projected starters: Chris Paul, Booker, Bridges, Crowder, and Ayton. So yeah, we have the Crowder revenge narrative. Chris played a big role in their playoff run last season, all the way up to the finals. So I think he was a pretty important piece there. Our boy Anush always says that. Should have kept him. So it seems like a pretty juicy narrative here.
Didn't he score like 25 points or something in the first half yesterday? Yes, I think he finished 25 points as well.
Oh, I'm not sure. I was with you. I didn't see the game, Chris.
No, this was the late night hammer.
Oh, I wasn't with you. No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I think he scored his 25 real life points in the first half, and then didn't score again. But yeah, I'm not interested in the Sun side here today. They're healthy. They kind of share the usage. Maybe Chris Paul, because he's a little bit cheaper than Devin Booker. But like I said, guard is loaded today, so it's hard for me to land here.
On any of the anyone?
Yeah, on anyone here. No good value plays, no good spend ups. So I don't know. Same sort of thing as the Heat. In tournaments, if you want to play someone like Booker, Chris Paul, you can do it. But I just think there's better plays.
Got it. David Korea says 8 for 9 from 3, went 8 for 12 full game on Crowder. David Korea also says Crowder, big chip on his shoulder, made a comment about it last night, Chris. So what do you think of that again with that revenge narrative and that comment out of Crowder?
What's his price? He's 5-1 on FanDuel.
It's not too bad.
So, yeah, but the thing is, we have Marcus Morris for 5-4 on FanDuel with no Kawhi. Just a much better situation there. DraftKings, Crowder, 4.5K. We have Jalen McDaniels, who's an absolute lock for 4.3K on DK. We have Marcus Morris as well for 5K. So, yeah, it's just hard to fit him in here.
You're thinking in terms of a cash player, Chris. Think of the tournament players.
Even in tournaments, like Morris is a guy that has a ton of upside. Jalen McDaniels, he's just way too cheap for his role here. He's going to get all the minutes he can handle. So he has more upside as well. I really don't expect Crowder to go 8 for 9 in the first half like he did yesterday, like David said. So, yeah, I just, even in tournaments, I can't do it.
Got it. So Deshaun says McDaniels or Crowder. I think it's McDaniels for you, right, Chris?
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Trigger says Bembry won't get any sort of revenge. He also said sign DeMar in the free agency. Rural King responded, said, I don't think DeMar will go back to the Raptors, felt betrayed when they got rid of him. Yeah, I just don't think DeMar back to the Raptors would be a good situation. He'd be cast under the shadow of Kawhi Leonard. And then it would just be kind of out of like pity. I don't know.
I like it. I mean, he is Toronto, in my opinion. Him and Lowry. So, I mean, if
what would
you get rid of Lowry, or if Lowry doesn't re-sign, then it wouldn't really make sense. But I would like to see them play together if Lowry comes back.
Yeah, but you also know, like, if they did that, like, it wouldn't be a competitive environment I don't think it would be too competitive at that point in their careers. I'd rather see them on championship level teams competing for something, contenders. Like I'd rather see that as like a DeMar DeRozan fan.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
We got Trae Young. He's still a game time decision. We got Gallo ruled out. So let's see if there's anything here that we can do.
Placing some bets.
Yeah, so I'm looking at some of these guys on the wing for the Hawks. Guys like Herter, even Solomon Hill. I like Solomon Hill. His points prop right now is 7.5, so I like that. So I'm gonna place a few bets here on some of the wing guys.
Yeah, while you do that, Chris, we got a golden nugget here out of Rajon Rondo. He says, sign Andrea Bargnani while you're at it.
Yeah, well, while we're at it, might as well.
Maybe get Jose Calderon back as well, Chris. Maybe get VC, put him in the corner, 3-point shooter.
Yeah, I mean, why not? So I just placed these bets, and I'm trying to place more, but I can't anymore. So that's how quickly it goes away.
Gallo is out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to make a DFS crunch bet bot, Chris.
Yeah, that would probably. No, I mean, with player props, like once you hit a certain limit, I think they limit you on most sites. So this is, unless it's big news, like a big player getting ruled out, I don't think it changes too much in terms of the overall spread of the game. But for player props, it does change quite a bit.
Rondo says, makes me want to cook up some primo pasta.
Yeah, Bargnani.
Yeah. Let's get into our 3 key plays, Chris, of the day. Overall play, value play, tournament play on FanDuel first. Who's your overall play of the day here? Safe in all formats. Just a solid pick, Chris. Solid guy of the day. Who do you have?
Yeah, I got to go with my boy, Paul George Paul.
Paul George Paul. Got him in. Value play, Chris. Is it going to be a Hornet? Is it going to be a Hawk? Is it going to be a Raptor? Or is it going to be neither of those? Who is it?
I'll go with. Well, it's definitely going to be a Hornet or a Raptor. I'm between Flynn and Wanamaker. I'll say Wanamaker just because he's a little bit cheaper.
Wanamaker. Okay, and then tournament play of the day, Chris, over on FanDuel. Who do you have?
Tournament play. Let me think for a second. Who did we talk about here? So we talked about some of these Celtics guys. I mentioned them. Atlanta guys.
Talked about Charlotte guy, kind of like a ceiling game, but I don't know if that's a good one.
Probably too high owned. Like Devontae Graham would fit the mold. But
talk about Boucher, but that's kind of like a wild one with his price tag. But
yeah, especially on FanDuel 7-8. I mean, maybe Clint Capella for 9.3K. I probably like him more if Trae Young plays, just because he'll get easier looks.
Lob City.
Yeah, Lob City. So I'll say Clint Capella.
Clint is in there. Okay, DK Chris. Well, some comments first. Deshaun says, "Man, I'm still over 1K in salary, but I can't think of any better plays than all these value guys. Value guys are too good. We'll see how much salary we have left in these lineups." Trigger said Jade Brown, Chris, for a tournament from him.
Yeah, Brown as well. Like I like that a lot. I think he's going to be pretty popular though. So, I mean, I probably like him more than Capella. Just his ownership is going to be higher. That's why I said Capella. But I mean, I love Brown. I'm completely with you there.
Yeah. Rajon Rondo says, nice bet picks, Chris. It's 121, 81 nets, and Bruce Brown is in and playing garbage minutes.
Yeah, he's 1 point away from a double-double. I need that double-double. He has 11 rebounds, 9 points. I need 10 points.
How much time is left? Let's see.
6 minutes.
Got it. I think you can do it. Okay, DK, Chris, overall play there. Who do you have?
It's going to be the same thing for everything. I'll say George Paul here, and then Wanamaker for value, and then Clint Capella for tournaments.
Okay. Let's go over the cores, go over the lineups here, then wrap it up. So your 4 core plays on FanDuel: George Paul, Siakam, Flynn, Wanamaker. Quickly, let us know again, Chris. Give us a recap. Why do you have these guys in here locked and loaded?
Yeah, so I guess I'll start with the point guards, Flynn and Wanamaker. Flynn has no Lowry, no Van Vliet. He's 5'2" here. We've seen the same situation. He's played a ton of minutes. So I like him a lot for 5'2". Wanamaker, they're missing Rozier today, missing a bunch of guards, LaMelo, Hayward, PJ Washington's out as well. So a lot of usage there. So I like Wanamaker. He's been playing well also. So I like that. Siakam, same sort of thing. Usage bump with no Lowry, no Van Vliet. And then Paul George with no Kawhi, and the revenge game obviously playing in Indianapolis.
Okay. First two, it looks like it's a 2v2 small forward and center. Chris, do you want to go over these?
Yeah, let's go over those two.
Okay, so it looks like the only differences are Bridges, Brown, and Robert Williams and Gobert. So
we got DeAndre Bembry out today. So for everyone that was saying Bembry, can't do Bembry anymore.
Okay, does that change a lot on the Raptor side in terms of minutes allocations?
Not too much, I don't think. Let's see if we got something else. Like we got Paul Watson remains out, so I think the news is coming out now for them. I don't think we're gonna get anything else though. So just makes me like Malachi Flynn a little more. They can easily just replace Bembry's minutes. He played 21 minutes last game yesterday, and then 21 the game before. So they could easily just play more Rodney Hood, more Yuta Watanabe. So I don't think it bumps up like anyone too much, but it does make guys like Gary Trent a little bit better. It makes Malachi Flynn a little bit better. So just secures their minutes a little more.
Yeah, 19th place is how far you have to go down for Trent. Maybe it'll bump up a bit, Chris.
Yeah, probably a tiny bit.
Yeah, I mean it's 312 here, 313 here, so might see a bit more Trent in these lineups later on. But yeah, first two I think are still the ones you want to go over. So just quickly, Chris, which one do you like here more? Or I guess you didn't go over it yet, did you?
No, I didn't. So point guard, I talked about those guys. I locked them both in. Mitchell, no Ingles, no Clarkson, no Royce O'Neal as well. So I like him here, even though it's a 15-point spread. Still fine with it. I think he could easily hit his projection here. We don't have other studs to pay up for. Paul George, easy lock today. Small forward here, we have Caleb Martin in both. I like him for value. Power forward, Siakam, locked him in. Marcus Morris, no Kawhi. 5'4" is a really good price tag. And we have the 2v2, Bridges and Gobert versus Jaylen Brown and Robert Williams. I like both of these sides. I'm not sure which one I like more. I don't feel great about Robert Williams. I also don't feel great about Gobert. I like Bridges a lot. I like Jaylen Brown a lot. So I'd probably say the first side just feels a little safer. We got the extra Hornet. That's my favorite spot to take advantage of. So I like that we get that. Like I said, I don't love Rudy Gobert, but I think he's fine today. So I'll say the first side, but it's definitely not like a clear option that I'm picking.
Yeah, I'm with you as well with the first side. I like Bridges there. Talked about him a bit with the upside. If anyone were to have a ceiling game on the Hornets, Bridges was one of those guys. In addition to Devontae Graham, so I like that one. Let's go over on DK, Chris. Load up your cores there. So you have two different guys here added and then two removed. So Devontae Graham in here, McDaniels in here. So you got rid of, who did you get rid of? You got rid of, Flynn and Siakam. So why don't you have those guys in here, Chris? And then why do you like McDaniels and Graham more on DK?
So McDaniels, he's 4-3 here on DraftKings. He's like 6K on FanDuel, so just a lot better price here. He's going to be one of the chalkiest players. And then Graham as well. He's just priced a little better on FanDuel. It's a little hard to get to him. He's 6'6", and you kind of have to use that spot as a spend up, I think, to someone like Donovan Mitchell. I mean, maybe you don't have to. Maybe we'll get some other spend ups as well that are more viable. But I think as of now, you don't really need Devontae Graham on FanDuel. But I like him here more on DraftKings, where you can put him in multiple positions. That's why I have him here.
Okay. And then let's check the first two. So it looks like another
2v2.
2v2 here. So let's go over these two here. So what do we have? We have Brown and Bridges versus Siakam and
Morris.
Morris.
Yeah, so Wanamaker 3.8 locked him in. Same thing for George Paul. Joe McDaniels locked him in. Clint Capella here 8.5K. Better price tag than FanDuel. No John Collins, so I like that. I like using him as a spend up here. Devontae Graham locked him in. Cody Zeller, he's in both lineups. Sort of a last piece. 4.8K. I don't mind that. I don't love it, but just as a last piece, like I said, I'm fine with it. And then what's the 2v2 here that you highlighted? So we have
Morris, Siakam, and then Bridges and Brown.
Yeah, so Morris, Siakam versus Bridges, Brown. Yeah, this one's definitely closer than the FanDuel one, even though the FanDuel one was pretty tight. I think this one's even closer. Yeah, so I honestly have no idea. Like, I like both sides a lot. I like Marcus Morris a lot. I like Siakam a lot. And on the other side, I like Bridges and Brown a lot. So, I mean, this one's very close. If I had to lean with one side, I'd probably say the first side, just kind of trust the projections. But, I mean, this side is just a coin flip, I think.
Yeah. Some questions, Chris. King Carter says, Niang or Rondo util last man cash on DK?
Give me Niang.
Okay. Solo says, I think that was with the Bembry news. Flynn is a lock. Triggers response to the Bembry news is Utah is locked and loaded. What do you think of Utah? Utah Watanabe.
I mean, maybe if he starts, like, he's actually been playing pretty well recently. He gets like 15 minutes a game, but he's been putting up 20s. So maybe if he starts for whatever reason and plays like 30 minutes, he could give you a good score. He's pretty cheap on both sites, I think. FanDuel, he's 3.8. DraftKings, he's 3.2. So that's a really good price tag on DraftKings, especially if he ends up starting. So, yeah, that will definitely be interesting if he does get the start in place of Bembry.
Yeah. And then should we quickly go, single slate here. Royal King, right on time. So let's go over this Miami Phoenix one, Chris. Butler MVP, 100% looks like it. One Bam here at the bottom. So there's a decision you can make. Actually, we're getting Bam and Butler here. So let's just open up players cards, see the distribution. MVP, it's 85 Butler, 15 Bam. Star, you have, again, since it was Butler, Bam there, you have Bam there. Then I guess some tied Booker and Butler, Chris Paul. Pro, Hero, Aiden Crowder. I guess, what do you make of this one, Chris? We have all the news here, don't we, for this game?
Yeah, what happened last time? Remember we were kind of talking about Miami, Portland. We were saying like Bam, you could play Bam ahead of Butler and CJ ahead of Lillard. I think CJ beat Lillard. I think Butler beat Bam though. But I think this is a similar situation where you could play Bam ahead of Butler just to get different. You can play Chris Paul ahead of Booker just to get different. So I think using those guys as like swaps, not playing the guy that projects better, is viable in tournaments. For the value guys, I think you got to stick with them just because usually the pricing is something that you have to take advantage of with these cheap guys like Iggy. He's probably like the only guy in his price range that gets minutes. So I think you got to play him. But like I said, I think if you swap some of the studs and hope your lower owned MVP beats someone like Jimmy Butler, I think that's a good strategy.
Okay, let's wrap it up, Chris. Anything you want to say before we do our thingy here?
No, I mean, hopefully everyone has a good day. Waiting on a few things for news. Trae Young, that's the first game of the slate. Raptors starting lineup. What else? Drummond, obviously, is questionable. I actually think he's going to sit, so that's going to be pretty big. Drummond news and Trae Young news is what we're waiting on.
Got it. Do you want to do the website thing today, Chris? Talk about the trial?
No, I don't.
No? Okay. Housekeeping, guys. Check out our site, dfscrunch.com. Link is also in the description if you don't want to type it out. You can get yourself a free 3-day trial over there, automatically applied, no code, no special link needed for that on any of our plans here. So 3 days for free, completely free. You can cancel anytime before the third day, won't be charged at all. So definitely go try it out for free. You have 72 hours from when you sign up. So right when you sign up, it's 72 hours. So you can set yourself a reminder if you want to cancel, but try it out. You get everything on that trial for free. All of our sports, all the different slates we have, everything is included. Also our Discord here. So all of these channels, you'll get access to that. It's a good place to ask questions about the optimizer, settings, strategies, all that sort of stuff. So Discord's a great place to do that. Terry Rozier is out today, Chris, but we knew that one already, right? He was doubtful before.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out our site, dfscrunch.com for that. And then before you go on YouTube, be sure to hit the thumbs up, helps us grow our channel. Make sure you're subscribed as well with the bell button clicked and then the all text also selected. That way our show will show up at the front of your YouTube, and I think you'll also get some emails maybe, but you can always adjust that. But yeah, you'll get notified every time we go live. We go live every day, 2.5 hours before the main slate starts. Weekends, holidays, every day there's an NBA slate. We'll be on here talking about the slate. So great place to get your overview. It's always going to be free. Always going to answer every question. So great place to actually get your overview, get your questions asked. I think that's it. One more question. I think I see it here from Royal King says, if Young does play, who would you pivot off of?
If Young does play?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not playing Young anyways, regardless, most likely. So if he does play, it doesn't change too much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll be in the Discord, guys. If you have more questions, come hang out there. Make sure you join as well if you're a member, so do that as well. And yeah, we'll see you guys all tomorrow, and thanks for tuning in, guys.